We arrived at Escudo Veraguas last night. It is a small island in the Bocas del Toro province of Panama that is on our way to Portobelo. We have heard some pretty amazing stories about this place and are excited to make some for ourselves.
In the morning, some of the locals from the Nobe tribe visited Curiosity, and we agreed to buy some lobsters from them later in the day. In the meantime, we are going to go exploring around the island, snorkeling some of its coral reef, looking for more lobsters and lionfish.
Escudo Veraguas is the only island in the world that is home to the critically endangered pygmy sloth. While we would love to go ashore and see if we could find one, our time here is very limited. We managed to get a few more lobsters and some lionfish while spearing on the southeast side of the island, but since we are leaving first thing in the morning, we must head back to the boat to cook up our seafood feast.
First thing in the morning, we pick up the hook and raise our sails. We are off to Portobelo.
It's on now.
Okay, hi Mom!
Classic.
Our last sail on Curiosity to Portobelo will be an overnighter, and if everything goes as planned, we should arrive in the early morning. Hello. We're sailing to Portobelo.
Portobelo!
Portobelo! It's gonna be awesome. We should be there first thing tomorrow morning.
It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
We end up motor sailing for our last sail since there is no wind. But it's okay because it's a beautiful evening and the water is almost perfectly flat, giving us a smooth, relaxing final ride.
Hey guys, it's 12:15 a.m. I just finished my first night shift of our one night sail to Portobelo. We're right where two storms are meeting up. So even though we have 7 knots of wind, we put in the first reef before the end of our night watch for the girls so they don't have to worry about it. And 6 or 7 cargo ships already went by us around 6 miles away.
It's 3 a.m. I just finished my last night watch on Curiosity. We'll be getting into Portobelo in the morning, and that's where Justin and I will be getting off the boat. So, yeah, and the last night watch on the boat. And I'll be back up at 6 a.m. to do my first morning shift watch. Good night.
We sailed past Cologne overnight, which is the entrance to the Panama Canal. There was a logjam of massive cargo ships and tankers that we had to sail around. It was a pretty amazing sight at night, and a little nerve-wracking at the same time.
As we begin to approach Portobelo, we drop sail and fire up both engines for maximum maneuverability. We have read that it can be a pretty tight anchorage, with shallows on both sides of the bay, with a lot of wrecks run aground.
With self-service again, almost everyone was reading about some of the history of Portobelo.
It's easy to see why Christopher Columbus named this place Portobelo, meaning beautiful port, over 500 years ago. There are large hills on all sides and a few small islands near the mouth of the bay.
It is pretty astonishing to think of how much history has happened at this little place tucked in the middle of Panama, from fleets of treasure galleons bringing raiding pirates to colonial powers battling for New World supremacy.
For the past few days, the weather has been so nice, making pulling into our new anchorage almost surreal. With beautiful blue skies and a few towering clouds, the rainforest seems to glow an even brighter green than usual.
Once we make our way into the bay, we drop anchor the furthest away from the town and jump in Minion to go begin exploring some of this new area.
There's a cannon!
That's a fort.
The sheer size of the cannon battery of the first fort we explore is awe-inspiring. With this many cannons pointed into the bay, it's amazing that any hostile ships were ever able to enter the port without being sunk. And this is just one of 3 forts with multiple cannon batteries that puts the whole port in a crossfire.
Ah, dance in the little area.
The shooter nest?
Not a damn size lookout.
It's astounding to think of all the fighting and troops that were defending their gold from ruthless invading pirates right here where we are standing. Shooter nest?
We are on the eastern side of the port, and these forts are a true marvel. Although it is sad how far out of disrepair that they have fallen, almost completely unmaintained and partially flooded while being washed away. The town itself is swallowing the forts, building right on top of them. There is a lot of vegetation growth reclaiming the forts back into nature that is obviously out of hand.
I love learning about history, and being to sites like this where you can take in firsthand the scope of these history-rich fortifications. Steps aren't sketchy at all.
This is obnoxious. So you gotta take a selfie.
Step into the light.
This is so creepy. What did they do to them? This is where they store the cannibals.
Probably.
Did you guys go in this one?
It's only like
There's nothing back there. I think there's this drip panel where they grab people from there.
It has been an epic journey from Bocas del Toro to Portobelo, with a few magical stops along the way, and the destination is pretty cool too. We will explore the history, culture, and the town of Portobelo with the Wynns over the next week, and then our journey together will come to an end. We have made arrangements to get picked up by our new boat called Dances with Dragons. It's a beautiful 58-foot Camper and Nicholson monohull where our next adventure will begin.
Thank you for watching!
You can help keep the adventure alive by supporting us at patreon.com/DJsDives and find more great DJs Dives content.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already.
Give us a thumbs up and share with all your friends, and leave a comment below to tell us what you think.
See you next week.